Welcome to Shadowing English.
Listen, learn, and improve your English effortlessly. Speak like a native.
Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing great today. If you're here, it means you're excited to learn English while also learning about amazing personalities who change the world. Learning English becomes so much easier when you listen to stories, especially biographies of great leaders. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most inspiring figures in history, Mahatma Gandhi. This is going to be an incredible journey, full of lessons, emotions, and powerful moments. I will take you step by step through his life, from the very beginning to his death. So grab a cup of tea or coffee, sit back, and get ready to improve your English while learning about the man who taught the world about truth, nonviolence, and the power of simplicity. Mahatma Gandhi was born on October 2nd, 1869, in a small town called Porbandar, located in present-day Gujarat, India. His full name was Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, but later people began to call him Mahatma, which means great soul. Let's start from his childhood. Mohandas was born into a Hindu family. His father, Karamchand Gandhi, was a chief minister in Porbandar, and his mother, Putlibai Gandhi, was a deeply religious woman. Putlibai was a devoted mother and followed strict rituals like fasting and praying. Her simple lifestyle and deep spirituality left a lasting impression on young Mohandas. As a child, Gandhi was a quiet and shy boy. He was not very strong or brave. In fact, he was scared of many things, including the dark. But he had a deep sense of curiosity and an eagerness to learn. He loved listening to stories from Indian epics like the Ramayana and Mahabharata, which taught him about truth and good behavior. When Gandhi was around 13 years old, he was married to Kasturbai Gandhi, a girl of the same age. This was common in India at that time, but it was still a life-changing moment for young Gandhi. He often said that he learned a lot from Kasturbai, as she was a strong and independent woman who supported him throughout his life. After finishing school in India, Gandhi decided to become a lawyer. In 1888, at the age of 18, he left for London, England to study law. It was his first time leaving India, and he faced many challenges. He struggled with speaking English fluently and adapting to British culture. He felt lonely and missed his family, but he did not give up. In London, Gandhi learned a lot about Western ideas, but he also stayed connected to his Indian roots. He started eating simple vegetarian food, following his mother's teachings. This was the time when Gandhi began to read books about different religions, such as Hinduism, Christianity, and Islam. These books shaped his belief that all religions teach love and truth. Gandhi completed his law studies in 1891 and returned to India. He hoped to start a successful career as a lawyer, but things didn't go as planned. He was shy and nervous in court, and it was hard for him to argue cases. It seemed like his dream of becoming a great lawyer was slipping away. In 1893, Gandhi was 24 years old when he received an offer to work in South Africa. A businessman from Gujarat, Dada Abdullah, needed legal help for his business, and he invited Gandhi to assist him. Gandhi accepted the offer, thinking it would be a temporary job, just for 1 year. But little did he know that this journey would change his entire life. When Gandhi arrived in South Africa, he faced something he had never experienced before: racism. South Africa was under British rule at the time, and there was a clear divide between the white people and the people of color, including Indians. Indians were treated as second-class citizens and faced discrimination everywhere. One of the most famous incidents in Gandhi's life happened shortly after he arrived in South Africa. He was traveling by train from Durban to Pretoria. Gandhi had a first-class ticket, but when a white passenger saw him, he complained to the railway authorities. The officials told Gandhi to move to the third-class compartment because he was not white. Gandhi refused. He argued, "I have a valid first-class ticket. Why should I move?" But the railway officials didn't care. They forcibly threw him out of the train at a station in the middle of the night. It was cold, dark, and humiliating. Gandhi sat alone at the station thinking deeply. This incident shook him. He realized that this was not just his problem, It was the problem of all Indians and people of color living in South Africa. They were being treated unfairly, and no one was standing up for their rights. Gandhi decided that he could not stay silent. After the train incident, Gandhi began to observe the situation in South Africa more closely. He saw that Indians were not allowed to vote, they were forced to carry special passes, and they were treated with no respect. Gandhi started speaking to the Indian community and organizing them to fight against injustice. But here's what made Gandhi different. He believed in nonviolence. He didn't want to fight back with anger or violence. Instead, he believed in the power of truth and peaceful resistance. He called this method satyagraha, which means the force of truth. Over the next 21 years, Gandhi stayed in South Africa and led many campaigns to fight against discrimination. Here are some key events during this time. 1. Burning of the passes. In South Africa, Indians were required to carry special passes to prove their identity. Gandhi organized a protest where people burned these passes as a symbol of resistance. This was one of the first acts of civil disobedience led by Gandhi. 2. The Tolstoy Farm. Gandhi believed that living a simple and truthful life was important. He started a community called the Tolstoy Farm, where people lived together, worked hard, and followed his principles of nonviolence and truth. 3. The March Against Injustice. In 1913, Gandhi led a large march of thousands of Indians to protest against unfair laws. The march was peaceful but powerful, and it drew attention to the struggles of Indians in South Africa. During his time in South Africa, Gandhi completely transformed as a person. He became stronger, wiser, and more determined to fight against injustice. He also adopted a simple lifestyle. He wore plain clothes, ate simple food, and focused on serving others. In 1915, after spending 21 years in South Africa, Gandhi returned to India. He was 45 years old and had already become a well-known leader because of his work in South Africa. But now his focus shifted to his homeland. India was under British rule, and the people were suffering greatly. Heavy taxes, poverty, and lack of freedom were everyday realities. Gandhi knew he had to do something. When Gandhi returned to India, he didn't immediately jump into politics. Instead, he spent the first few years traveling across the country. He visited small villages, talked to farmers, and observed the lives of ordinary people. Gandhi realized that most Indians lived in poverty. They didn't have enough food, clean water, or proper clothes. Farmers were forced to pay high taxes to the British, even when their crops failed. Gandhi felt the pain of the people deeply and decided that his life's mission would be to help them. One of Gandhi's first major campaigns in India happened in Champaran, a district in Bihar. The farmers there were being forced to grow indigo, a crop used to make blue dye instead of food. Even worse, they were paid very little for their hard work. The farmers were starving, and they had no way to fight back. In 1910, Gandhi went to Champaran to understand their problems. The British authorities tried to stop him, but Gandhi didn't back down. He stayed in the villages, spoke to the farmers, and collected evidence of their suffering. Gandhi then led a peaceful protest against the British, demanding better treatment for the farmers. This movement was a success, and the farmers were finally allowed to grow food instead of indigo. This was Gandhi's first major victory in India, and it showed the power of nonviolent resistance. During this time, Gandhi worked hard to unite Hindus and Muslims in India. One example of this was his support for the Khilafat movement in 1919. This movement was led by Muslims who wanted to protect the Ottoman Empire's caliph, their spiritual leader, after World War I. Gandhi believed that Hindus and Muslims should work together for India's independence. He supported the Khilafat movement, which helped bring the two communities closer. This unity was very important for the independence struggle. By 1920, Gandhi had become the most important leader of the Indian independence movement. He launched the non-cooperation movement, which was a nationwide protest against British rule. Gandhi asked Indians to 1. Boycott British goods, stop buying British clothes, tea, and other products. 2. Resign from British jobs, quit working for the British government. 3. Reject British schools, pull children out of British-run schools. Instead, Gandhi encouraged Indians to use Swadeshi products, meaning goods made in India. He even started spinning khadi, a type of hand-woven cloth, and encouraged others to do the same. Spinning khadi became a symbol of self-reliance and freedom. This movement gained huge support, and millions of Indians joined Gandhi's call for non-cooperation. However, the movement faced challenges. In 1922, some protesters in a village called Chari Chara turned violent and set a police station on fire, killing several policemen. Gandhi was deeply upset by this incident because he believed in nonviolence. As a result, he called off the movement, even though it was very successful. In 1930, Gandhi launched one of the most famous protests in history, the Salt March. At that time, the British had a monopoly on salt. They taxed salt heavily, making it expensive for ordinary Indians. Gandhi decided to challenge this unfair law. On March 12, 1930, Gandhi and 78 of his followers began a 240-mile march from his ashram in Sabarmati to a small village called Dandi, near the sea. Thousands of people joined him along the way. When they reached the seashore on April 6th, Gandhi picked up a handful of salt from the ground, breaking the British salt law. This simple act became a powerful symbol of resistance. The Salt March inspired millions of Indians to join the independence movement. Gandhi was arrested many times by the British, but instead of weakening the movement, his arrest made him even more popular. People saw him as a symbol of courage and sacrifice. Each time Gandhi was imprisoned, more and more people joined the struggle for freedom. In 1942, during World War II, Gandhi launched the Quit India movement, demanding that the British leave India immediately. He gave a powerful slogan, "Do or die." He asked Indians to fight peacefully, but with determination, saying they must not stop until they achieve freedom. The British responded by arresting Gandhi and other leaders. Protests erupted across the country, and people showed incredible bravery. The movement created massive pressure on the British government to leave India. Finally, after years of struggle, sacrifices, and peaceful resistance, India gained independence on August 15, 1947. Gandhi's dream of a free India had come true. However, independence came with a painful division of the country into two nations, India and Pakistan. Gandhi was deeply saddened by the violence and hatred between Hindus and Muslims during this time. After India gained independence in 1947, Gandhi should have felt happy and victorious, but instead, he was heartbroken. The country he loved so much was divided into two nations, India and Pakistan, based on religion. This partition caused terrible violence between Hindus and Muslims, and thousands of people lost their lives. Gandhi, who had always dreamed of a united India, was deeply saddened by this hatred and bloodshed. Now, in his final years, Gandhi's focus shifted. He worked tirelessly to bring peace and harmony to the people. Let's explore this powerful and emotional chapter of his life. When the British left India in 1947, they divided the country into two parts. India became a majority Hindu country, while Pakistan was created as a majority Muslim country. This decision led to chaos. Millions of Hindus and Sikhs were forced to leave their homes in Pakistan and move to India, while millions of Muslims moved from India to Pakistan. During this migration, people faced unimaginable suffering. Families were torn apart, homes were destroyed, and there was widespread violence. Hindus and Muslims who had lived together peacefully for centuries started fighting each other. Gandhi could not bear to see this hatred. At the age of 78, Gandhi decided to travel to the most affected areas to stop the violence. He walked barefoot through villages, met with angry mobs, and begged people to stop killing each other. He told them, "We are all children of the same God. Why are we fighting?" Gandhi didn't just talk, he led by example. In Kolkata, when violence broke out between Hindus and Muslims, Gandhi stayed in the city to restore peace. He refused to eat until the violence stopped. This was one of his famous hunger strikes, where he would fast as a form of protest. People were moved by his sacrifice and started to lay down their weapons. In January 1948, Gandhi moved to Delhi, where more violence had erupted. Once again, he began a hunger strike, refusing to eat until Hindus and Muslims promised to live in peace. Gandhi's health was already weak, but he didn't care about his own life. He believed that his fasting could inspire people to change their hearts. The people of Delhi were deeply affected. They realized how much Gandhi was willing to sacrifice for peace. Both Hindus and Muslims came together to pledge that they would stop fighting. Gandhi broke his fast when he saw that his efforts were successful. Even in his final years, Gandhi continued to live a simple life. He stayed in a small room, wore his humble khadi clothes, and ate plain food. He spent his days spinning his charkha, spinning wheel, praying, and meeting people from all walks of life. He also worked hard to uplift the poor and improve the condition of the untouchables, whom he called Harijans, children of God. Gandhi believed that every human being deserved respect and dignity, regardless of their caste, religion, or background. On January 30th, 1948, something terrible happened. Gandhi was in Delhi, staying at Birla House. Every evening, he would hold a prayer meeting where people gathered to listen to him. That evening, as Gandhi walked to the prayer ground, a man named Nathuram Godse approached him. Godse was angry with Gandhi because he believed that Gandhi was too kind to Muslims and had allowed the partition of India. Before anyone could stop him, Godse pulled out a gun and shot Gandhi 3 times in the chest. Gandhi fell to the ground, and his last words were, "Hey Ram, oh God." The news of Gandhi's assassination shocked the world. People in India and around the globe mourned his death. Millions of people attended his funeral, and his ashes were immersed in the holy river Ganga. Even though Gandhi was no longer alive, his teachings and principles lived on. His message of nonviolence, truth and peace inspired leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. in America and Nelson Mandela in South Africa. Gandhi showed the world that you don't need violence to fight for justice. You only need courage, love, and determination. Even though Mahatma Gandhi left this world in 1948, his life and teachings remain alive in the hearts of millions. Gandhi's story is not just about India's independence. It is about courage, truth, and the power of determination. He showed the world that even in the face of impossible challenges, we can achieve great things if we have the strength to believe in our values and never give up. Let's now reflect on Gandhi's greatest lessons and how they inspire us to be better, stronger, and more compassionate human beings. Lesson 1. Nonviolence is the greatest power. Gandhi proved that violence is not the answer. He believed that ahimsa, nonviolence, is the most powerful weapon we have. Imagine standing up to one of the strongest empires in the world without using guns or bombs. Gandhi taught us that patience, love, and truth can conquer even the greatest enemies. Think about this in your own life. Maybe you're facing problems at school, work, or with people around you. Gandhi's message reminds us to deal with conflicts calmly and with kindness. No matter how hard things get, we can always choose peace over anger. Lesson 2. Stay true to your principles. Gandhi believed deeply in truth. He called his life an experiment with truth because for him, nothing was more important than being honest with himself and others. Even when people said his dreams were too big, Gandhi teaches us that we should never let go of our values. If you believe in yourself and work with honesty, nothing can stop you from achieving your dreams. Lesson 3. Small actions can change the world. When Gandhi started spinning khadi or making salted dandy, people laughed at him. They thought these were small, meaningless actions. But Gandhi showed that even the smallest steps can create the biggest changes. In our lives, we often think that our efforts are too small to matter. Maybe you feel like you're not doing enough or that your dreams are too far away. But remember this, big changes start with small steps. If you take one step every day toward your goal, you will eventually reach it. Lesson 4. Simplicity is the key to happiness. Gandhi lived a very simple life. He didn't need fancy clothes, big houses, or expensive things to be happy. For him, happiness came from helping others and staying close to his values. Today, many of us chase after material things, thinking they'll make us happy. But Gandhi's life reminds us that true happiness comes from within. It comes from kindness, gratitude, and living a meaningful life. Lesson 5. Never give up. Perhaps the most inspiring part of Gandhi's life is his determination. Imagine how difficult it must have been for him to fight against an empire as powerful as the British. He was jailed, beaten, criticized, and betrayed, yet he never gave up. Gandhi believed that every failure was a step closer to success. He often said, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, and then you win. This is a lesson for all of us. No matter how many obstacles come your way, never stop fighting for your dreams. You might fail once, twice, or even 100 times, but as long as you keep going, you will achieve what you want. Even today, people around the globe look to Gandhi for guidance. His life shows us that no matter where you come from or how small you feel, you can make a difference. And Mahatma Gandhi's face is on all Indian currency because he is considered the father of the nation. The image used on the currency comes from a famous photograph taken in 1946 where Gandhi is smiling warmly. This smile represents peace, simplicity, and hope. As we end this story, think about Gandhi's life as a shining example. He wasn't born rich or powerful. He was an ordinary man who believed in extraordinary things. His dream was to free India, and he achieved it, not by fighting with weapons, but by fighting with his heart, his mind, and his soul. You too have the power to achieve your dreams. You don't need to be perfect or have everything figured out. All you need is courage, determination, and belief in yourself. Gandhi once said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." This means that if you want to make the world better, you must start with yourself. Work hard, stay honest, and never stop dreaming. Gandhi's life may have ended, but his spirit lives on in every person who fights for truth, justice, and freedom. He is not just the father of the nation. He is a father figure to the world, showing us the way to live with purpose and compassion. Let this story of Gandhi remind you that greatness is within all of us. You can overcome any challenge, achieve any dream, and make the world a better place, just as Gandhi did. Remember, you are stronger than you think, braver than you know, and capable of amazing things. Keep going and never give up. This was the story of Mahatma Gandhi, an ordinary man who changed the world. Thank you for listening. Let me know what you learned from this story.